Hello everybody and welcome back. Today we are playing Genshin and we are starting the 5.1 part of the Natlan Archon quest, which will start us off with Act 3. During the course of Act 1 and 2, we got to watch the Pilgrimage of the Sacred Flame, where all the different tribes in Natlan compete for a chance to go fight in the Night Wars against the Abyss. If that team is victorious against the Abyss, they get resurrected if anyone happened to fall in battle. If they all fell in battle and lost, then no one gets resurrected and all of their ancient names get lost forever. We saw Kachina go off to her first ever Night Wars. Subsequently, she fell in battle and was not able to be resurrected by the Ode of Resurrection. We learned from the Archon that the Sacred Flame is weakening, which is not good because that is what they used to fight the Abyss. We went on a rescue mission to go get Kachina and we were able to find her, and the Archon told us of her plan that she concocted 500 years ago. These Archons are really good at planning. She came up with this plan to have a hero from each tribe awaken, inherit all the memories of the name bearers across time, and these heroes would unite with the Archon to go and save Natlan once and for all. Currently, we have 4 of the heroes awakened, which include Kinich, Yansan, Shilonen, and as of the last Archon quest, Mualani. And we're waiting for the last 2 to awaken, which are from the Masters of the Nightwind and the Flower Feather clan. I don't know who I think it will be. I feel like it's too obvious that Chaska could be one of the heroes, so I feel like it could be someone different. The Archon does not want to tell these 2 heroes who they are because she fears it might stunt their hero growth. But I don't know what she plans to do in the meantime because we can't just wait forever. We know that Natlan only has less than a year until it falls apart. For now, we are going to head on over to the Adventurers Guild and see what awaits us in Act 3.
I see. Thank you so much. The Adventurers Guild has been overwhelmed these days.
No worries at all. We've always valued the strength of adventurers. Given the current situation, it's vital that we all work together. Since we're facing the same enemies, I'll send you the intel we've collected on the Abyss so far.
Catherine, it's us! Got any new commissions?
You two have come just in time. I've got some good news. The Archon has finished assembling her forces and stationed them all across Natlan.
Wonderful.
Given how the Abyss has ramped up its activities lately, we can no longer afford to act only after receiving news of an invasion. Once we receive word of enemy activity, we can notify the nearest camp and the stationed forces can take immediate action.
That'll lead to a faster response time.
Yes, precisely. This should also allow us to focus on gathering information, so please also take a chance to relax, you two.
Oh, thanks, Catherine.
You're working hard these days, and this will be a good opportunity for some well-deserved rest.
So that's the plan. Whew, we can finally stop and take a break.
But the less work we take, the less we'll earn, Paimon.
Now that safe and sound is our priority now, the more it can wait.
Aw, growth.
The movements of the Abyss are always unpredictable. The people here generally see it as something like an acute natural disaster. Once the disaster is over, everyone will return to their normal lives.
Most people have no idea just how bad the situation has gotten in the Night Kingdom.
I also hope the day of peace will come soon.
Hey, Kachina! Are you feeling better now?
I heard that the Archon is gathering warriors to be stationed in the most remote areas, so I came here to sign up. Aw, Kachina. With everyone working so hard, I've got to do my part too. Shilonen told me she was ordered to forge you an ancient name. She said that she's all set and we can head over whenever we're ready.
Wow! So we'll finally get to meet Shilonen, the legendary forger of ancient names! Paimon still can't believe anyone could forge those things.
Shilonen is a true master. Not only can she forge ancient names, but also all sorts of new and fun things. She's always got a pile of commissions on her plate, so you usually have to wait a while before she finishes something. In this case, though, she cleared her schedule just for you. Aww! I've already signed up as a warrior, so all I have to do now is wait for my assignment. If it's okay, maybe we can go see Shilonen together? Aww. Yeah,
Hey,
let's definitely go together.
Yourself, Kachina. After all, you're already a victor of the Night Warden Wars.
You're the future of your tribe. On second thought, maybe I'll just find a hole in the ground to jump into and hide for a while. Aww. brought the person who needs an ancient name. She's super amazing and I've already learned tons of stuff from her. I can vouch that she's really worthy of a hero's name.
Yes, so I've heard. So young, and yet you've already got quite the reputation.
Oh, she's so cool.
Wait, are you Outlanders?
Yep, we're travelers who just arrived in Natland not too long ago.
Surprise!
No, I mean, I was aware that you're travelers. It's just no one told me that you're Outlanders.
You're saying the Pyro Archon didn't tell you?
No, the only thing she said is that a new hero had pledged herself to the plan, but we need to forge an ancient name to ensure she'd be able to return safe and sound. And she did mention that it would be quite difficult to forge an ancient name for them, but at the time, I thought she was just commenting on my skills. But I seem to understand where the true difficulty lies now.
Are you upset?
I wouldn't go that far. I'm used to it, really. I just need a moment to process things. The Pyro Archon's requests are always difficult to fulfill, and we used to argue a lot. Honestly, it's probably for the better that she didn't bring this up at the time. Anyway, I can't argue with her if she isn't here, and it'd be pointless to take my anger out on someone else. But, just because I understand her rationale doesn't make me any less upset. After all, she must have known that forging an ancient name for an Outlander is an impossible task.
For anyone else, right? But you got us, right?
It's impossible?
As you probably know, an ancient name is a symbol of a hero's spirit and glory, which grows even richer and heavier as generations of successors inherit it. We forge ancient names by engraving the heroic deeds of an individual who will become the first hero of that particular name.
I've got plenty of deeds under my
They were
belt.
all performed outside of Natland, correct?
We did go to the Night Kingdom to rescue Kachina, though.
Then those deeds haven't been recorded by the Night Kingdom. To take it one step further, even if you had performed heroic deeds in Natland, as an Outlander, your actions still wouldn't have been recorded by our lands. Only memories and experiences that have been acknowledged by the Wyab can be used as a basis for an ancient name. Even the greatest of craftsmen cannot create something out of thin air, you know. Wika, of all people, should know better than anyone. Yet she's still entrusted the task of forging the ancient name to me.
Oh, Paimon gets it. Nobody's happy being asked to do the impossible.
Well, what else can I do? What's happened is already done, and it's not like I can outright defy the order of my Archon. If she gave me this order, then she believes the ancient name is an indispensable part of her plan, and that I'll be able to find a way to make it happen.
Yeah, she trusts
In
you.
other words, the order is an affirmation of my abilities.
Exactly.
Oh, not only has she accepted the task, but now she's looking for silver linings?
Maybe that's just how much she and the Archon trust each other. Let's see if we can find some special way to pull this off. If we really can't make it work, I'm sure we can go back and talk to the Pyro Archon, right?
The key is getting the Wyab to somehow acknowledge the traveler's existence and record her heroic deeds.
I can see this being an issue.
We heard the voice of a Wyab when we were in the Night Kingdom before. We even had a whole conversation with her.
Considering the unprecedented nature of this situation, I have a feeling that the acknowledgement of one Wyab alone would probably not be enough.
Will we need to gain the acknowledgement of all 6?
I don't know. That requires a level of knowledge that I do not possess. We need to find a consultant who's an expert on all things Night Kingdom and Wyab. The first person who comes to mind is Citlali at the Masters of the Nightwind. The one we call Granny Citlali.
Oh, we've heard that name before. We used her spirit speaker stone to find Kachina's ancient name. A person who can make something like that must be pretty impressive. I'm unsure she'd be able to help.
Still, she's older now and quite eccentric. It's hard to even book a meeting with her, given that she's constantly holed up in her room
no.
and doesn't like to be disturbed.
I hate to break it to you, but...
She probably won't be very happy with us.
Huh. Why is that? I mean, didn't she already help you before? And you even managed to save Kachina.
Well, yeah. At the cost of her spirit speaker stone being split into 2.
Great going, Moeka. We're already off to a rocky start here. In that case, I guess your only option is to try to emphasize that this is an important order from the Pyro Archon. Hopefully, Citlali would still want to show respect to the Archon. I'll also write you a letter on your behalf. If you can find someone to deliver it and mention some good things about you, then that should help too.
Oh, thank you. Let's ask Kanich to deliver it. He understands the whole situation and is already a familiar face to her. Oh, great idea. Oh my gosh. Seriously.
Alright, Kanich is a seasoned negotiator. I trust that he'll know the best things to say.
I'll go contact him right now.
Please just give me a moment to write the letter, and we Citlali can meet up near the Statue of the Seven later.
Sounds good. We'll take a stroll in the meantime.
We meet again. Kachina told me everything. I'll deliver the message to the Masters of the Nightwind and convince Citlali to give you a chance. I'll also take this chance to explain what happened to the Spirit Speaker Stone and offer her an apology in person.
Yeah, I'm sorry to put this on you, Kanich.
Yeah.
It's just that you're probably the only person who knows how to deal with her.
We're all working for the sake of the Pyro Archon's plan after all. Everyone here understands how dire the situation has become.
Oh, wait, so Kachina and the Traveler also know about the plan?
We all saw a hero of the past rematerialize right before our eyes, and then Mualani said that a ton of knowledge and memories suddenly flooded her brain. The Pyro Archon explained everything when we came back from the Night Kingdom, including the reason behind the appearance of the hero, as well as the current state of the Night Kingdom.
Right. She mentioned there are 6 heroes and that Shilonen is one of 4 that have already been acknowledged.
Oh, well, then I suppose there's no need to keep any secrets between us. Having companions walk by your side is perhaps the best solace
Aww.
when facing such a bleak reality.
I have another piece of intel to share. We've pretty much identified the person who rescued the captain in the Stadium of the Sacred Flame. His name is Ororon, and he also hails from the Masters of the Nightwind. However, he spent most of his life living out in the wilderness by himself, away from the rest of the tribe. That's why his disappearance went unnoticed. By the time Citlali finally realized that he was gone, no one had heard from him for quite a while.
Citlali knows him too?
Interesting. He was an orphan raised by the chief of the Masters of the Nightwind and many other kind-hearted people in his tribe. Still, he's had something of an odd reputation his whole life.
Given how the Masters of the Nightwind love to babble about dreams and revelations, they're already a pretty strange bunch to most. I've never met Ororon, but if they consider him the odd one, he's got to be pretty far out there.
So in that sense, Ororon and Citlali actually have quite a bit in common, which is why they get along pretty well.
Makes sense.
As of now, we still haven't been able to confirm whether Ororon joined the Fatui voluntarily or if he was coerced. Citlali is probably eager to prove that Ororon hasn't betrayed his people. I plan to use this as leverage when I go talk to her.
Oh, so if I'm following, you mean we'll help her investigate Ororon and the captain's whereabouts?
If you're all on board with the idea, then it becomes mutually beneficial collaboration rather than just a one-sided request. Even though I don't think Citlali is the type of person to turn down an order from the Pyro Archon, working together with us will help her focus and not get distracted by the whole Ororon situation. Good idea.
Yeah. Plus, we kinda owe her one anyway.
Yeah, definitely.
The Spirit Speaker's down.
I'll leave my letter to you. Let's hope Citlali can meet at the stadium in 2 days.
I'll head out right away. Take care out there, Kanich. I'll be heading back as well. There are still a few things I need to pack.
Okay, then let's part ways for now. I'll see you in a couple of days.
I'm so intrigued by why he's just like out on his own. I hope he didn't join them because he wanted to. I hope he was kidnapped. I mean, I don't hope he was kidnapped, but like, you know.
Hey, Shilonen, how's everything going?
I have bad news. Citlali did not reply to our request. But let's go to the stadium and see if we can meet her there. If we do get a chance to talk to her in person, we can still try to work something out.
Yeah.
That's true. Let's go.
Maybe she'll just show up anyway. Citlali's not here. Oh.
Paimon doesn't see anybody. Seems she's just not gonna show up, huh?
She's under no obligation to help.
Yeah.
That might be true, but this is still a request from the Pyro Archon, right? Shouldn't the subject always answer the call of their Archon?
A subject? Well, if you ask me, I'd say we're all more like friends with the Archon. Yes, Mawika is our leader, but that doesn't mean there's any kind of tall barrier between us and her. The only thing is that she often has very high expectations of
Aw.
us.
I can tell.
Huh. So even though she's super powerful, it sounds like she's actually pretty down to earth and easy to get along with. Unlike that old hag Granny Eats.
Oh no. No, I had a feeling.
She's famous.
Oh, as soon as Paimon started to insult her, I was like, she's gonna show up right now.
Her like she's some kind of huge deal, but she didn't even bother to reply to our letter.
Oh, really? So, that's how you see me?
Oh.
Who's there? Who's talking next to Paimon?
Oh, don't mind me. I'm just a disgruntled old hag, right? Come on, relax. I'm sure my bark's worse than my bite.
Huh? Citlali.
Huh?
Wait, you're Citlali? You're Granny Eatstali?
Yes, Granny Eatsley. But emphasis on Eatsley, not Granny. You must know this trope from
I
light
love her
novels,
design.
surely. They use it all the time. The young man who's actually the oldest person in the room. The girl next door who turns out to be a seasoned veteran. The wise sage who looks like a little kid. Oh, wipe that look off your face! You've seriously never seen an older lady that doesn't look her age? Okay, well, don't go thinking it's a trick either. See? I'm barely wearing any makeup.
Did I forget to mention, she's called Granny, but she's actually pretty young.
And you were complaining about the Pyro Archon leaving things out.
It was an honest mistake. I guess we've just gotten used to it. It was my idea to invite you here, Citlali. So if you're upset, you can just take it out on me.
All right. I was only joking. I didn't mean to chastise anyone. There's really no need to take all this so seriously. If anything, I'm gonna feel awkward if we keep this going. I received Kenichi's letter and was planning to attend this meeting. Since I had already decided to come, I figured there was no need to draft a reply that simply said, "Understood." It certainly was a bit awkward to see that everyone else
Aw.
had arrived before me. At first, I was thinking of quietly sneaking over, but since you were already here waiting for me, I started to think about how I should phrase my apology. Only to hear you all talking smack about me. Honestly, it's not like I owed you an explanation anyway.
Oh no, oh, this is so awkward.
What's with that expression? Was she feeling embarrassed just now?
Is she waiting for us to carry on the conversation? Everything she's saying sounds like a joke, but I'm not sure if I should laugh. Would it be rude to laugh or even more rude not to
The
laugh?
Masters of the Night Wind say they struggle dealing with her. I wonder if the feeling is mutual. She seems to be pretty awkward herself. Everything she does and says seems a little forced.
No.
Anyway, Shilonen, I heard that you require my help in crafting an ancient name.
Correct. The situation isn't like anything we've handled before. Let me explain.
That's me. Shilonen explains the Pyro Archon's request as well as the
I
difficulties.
see. So Mawika has asked you to forge an ancient name for an Outlander. Well, that would be a first. And you've also heard all about Ororon. I must say, he's always been a good kid. I can't see him joining the Fatui of his own volition. He must have been coerced somehow.
We'll know once we find him.
Yeah, that's what we came here to ask you. We'll help bring Ororon back if you help us solve the problems of forging the ancient name. What do you think?
I suppose I'll just call you Traveler for now. Traveler, come here. Let me take a good look at you.
Okay.
Wealth leads to unending conflicts between people. Yet you alone transcend the value of gold. Baleful thunder and wrathful waves bring terror to mortal hearts. Yet again and again, you've braved them to find new worlds. A weary yet free soul, even the most verdant leaf in the forest, will pray for your happiness and safe passage.
What was all that supposed to mean?
Those are all the things that I could see in you. You've experienced far more than even most mortals could dream of. You possess the heart of a sincere hero, along with the conviction to lift a torch above your head and walk headlong into the night.
Right,
Huh?
yes.
Don't move. There's something here.
Huh? What thing? Don't scare Paimon. Is the traveler gonna be okay?
Ah, shoo!
Oh. What was that?
That should do it. You've just returned from the Night Kingdom, so some fragments of souls were still stuck to your body.
Oh,
No need to worry. I've just cleared out the last of them.
thank you. That is creepy.
Kinda like having part of a ghost come back with you?
Oh,
If left unattended, the most it could do is stir up some chaos in your mind.
it's like the
and
last thing we
generally
need.
worsen your mood.
Well, in that case, better to get rid of them.
I agree. Thank you.
It was nothing. Shilonen, let's follow your proposal. Once you've brought Ororon back, I'll take you to see the Lord of the Night.
The Lord of the Night? But don't we need to talk to the Wyab of the tribes?
Something this important is beyond their jurisdiction. Only the Lord of the Night can decide whether we can grant an ancient name to one who does not hail from our lands. The Lord of the Night is an ancient entity that rules over the entire Night Kingdom, constantly borrowing the power of the sacred flame to combat corrosion from the abyss. The Lord of the Night is currently in a deep slumber.
Oh boy.
And we can only communicate with its consciousness while in a trance. In other words, in a dream.
Oh boy.
But I will need to prepare
feel like we have
more things
bad
if we are to hold a
experiences with
ceremony
dreams.
to achieve the state of the trance. I'll make a list. Can any of you get everything for me?
I can go. It'll probably be a long list, so better leave it to someone who knows all the local vendors.
Sounds good. Then we'll go with Citlali to track down Ororon.
Good idea.
The Fatui are nothing to scoff at, so please, be careful during your investigation.
Tell me about it.
Yep, we'll be sure to play it safe.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry I made you wait earlier. It was actually because I decided to swing by Ororon's place to look for clues.
Oh.
He has always lived alone, and I found a broken jar in his house. There was also something off about his phlogiston aphids, which I assume is because their keeper has been gone for quite some time.
Probably.
And interestingly enough, I saw some slash marks in the house that did not match any of our local weapons. My guess is they were left by Snezhnayan arms.
Yeah,
Sounds
that's...
like the Fatui broke into his house and took
Yeah.
it hostage.
But why would they kidnap a kid who just spends his days living in the country and raising aphids? Since he's the only one who was kidnapped out of everyone in Natlan,
Yeah.
he must have done something to attract their attention. Let's start by heading to where Ororon was seen last. This is the spot. An eyewitness claimed to have seen Ororon speaking to some Fatui soldiers here.
Interesting.
I don't know how much you're willing to believe me, but Ororon really is a good kid. I see no reason why he'd suddenly get involved with the Fatui.
Could you tell us a little bit more about him?
Ororon? Well, he was left at the side of the road as an infant. And
What
the
is
people
up
of
with all the
tribe took
child
him in.
abandonment here in
You could say that
Natlan?
everyone had a hand in raising him.
Chaska, Ororon, allegedly, Bennett. I don't know, seems kind of weird.
He learned a lot from us. And once he reached adulthood, he built himself a house out in the countryside. He spends most of his days growing vegetables and raising aphids, living off of what he harvests from the garden.
Oh.
He's always been such a good kid. He would even get his friends to deliver whole bags of fresh produce to my place.
Aww. If that's all there is to him, then he really doesn't sound like a bad person.
Oh well, let's keep looking.
Yes,
can
he lives like
answer
a
all of our questions once we find him.
strangely modest life for someone
He's
who's
raising
been
phlogiston aphids for a long
kidnapped by
time.
the Fatui.
And since they were
maybe.
disturbed, they secreted a special type of phlogiston. We can use that substance to track his movements. Let's follow the phlogiston trail.
Alright.
What trail? Paimon doesn't see anything.
Me neither, bye-bye.
Oh, right. I forgot your eyes don't naturally perceive such things. Here, give me your hand. Huh? How about now?
What do you see?
Ooh, I can see the trail now.
Whoa, Paimon can see it now too.
That's right. I used a spell to temporarily transfer a portion of my senses to you. For a short while,
That's
you'll be able
impressive.
to see the phlogiston too.
Wow, you can even share your senses with us?
It requires a very rare spell that most people aren't adept at. But don't worry, it's a cinch for me. Between the two of you, it seems the Traveler's senses are a bit stronger than Paimon's. You've got a great affinity for phlogiston. You're extraordinarily gifted.
Thank you.
Anyway, we'll need to use our vision now to track down Ororon. Good luck, you two.
This way! Citlali might say a lot of deep and confusing stuff, but this spell of hers is really something.
What was that?
Oh, Paimon was just complimenting you.
What does she mean by deep and confusing? As far as elderly shamans
Aw.
go, I'd say that I'm already pretty easy to talk to. Is there any other old hag who's as fluent in the language of the youth as me?
Oh.
But is my way of speaking still not trendy enough? I've already tried my best to match their speech patterns. But given the looks on their faces just now, don't tell me they're still getting the impression that I'm super old-fashioned.
Huh?
I think I just heard a voice. Wait, but it wasn't with my ears. Was it all in my mind?
Citlali's voice?
Oh no, we can't hear her thoughts now, can we? Seems Paimon heard the same voice, but she also looks like she understood what's going on. Let me think. It must be a side effect of the spell she cast. Oh no.
Now that I think about it, it's a good thing I found some helpers this time. Some things are best done with the help of friends.
Oh, this doesn't feel right. Now we can hear her thoughts through telepathy. Wow, this is amazing. Something like this could only happen with Citlali.
Oh?
Oh.
They appear to be feeling quite confident. Looks like our work will go smoothly.
Oh. You bet. Just leave it to us. I love when the traveler makes new friends.
Hey, looks like there's a new camp over there. Yeah, judging by Paimon's experience as a guide, it definitely looks like people set up camp here.
Wait. The phlogiston here is a bit odd. Let me see.
Paimon sees a small shape here. Could it be some sort of symbol?
This is a distress signal for the Masters of the Night Wind.
Oh no.
Only someone from our tribe would recognize it. So Ororon was indeed being threatened. Leaving such a subtle mark implies that he was trying to be discreet. In other words, he was probably under the Fatui's watch. If they notice us, we can just charge in and fight them to the death. But what if my darling grandson is also there? I can't have him caught in the crossfire. No, I've got to be careful. Otherwise he'd get hit as well. How annoying. No, I've got to stay calm and keep my composure.
There are traces of people staying here too.
Wait a second. The phlogiston around here is jumbled up. There must have been a fight. But after that, the factions seem to have gone their separate ways. Both the phlogiston and the elemental traces in the air support that.
Seems like Ororon found a chance to fight back.
What if Ororon wanted to leave another distress signal, but was caught by the Fatui?
Citlali looks pretty worried. Indeed, judging by the distress signal from before, Ororon was being held by the Fatui. So given the difference in numbers, he probably wouldn't have been able to overpower them.
Given there are 2 signals leading from here, we should split up as well. I'll take this direction, and leave the other one to you. Let's meet up again later.
Alright.
Ororon, what the heck were you doing? It's one thing to trouble me, but now I had to bring other people into this as well. You little brat.
And off she goes. Traveler, did you hear all of that as well?
Yep.
Once Citlali left, that voice went away as well. Paimon even tried calling her name inside Paimon's head, but there was no response.
So the telepathy doesn't go both ways.
So you were thinking the same thing. Paimon also thought that if we could hear what she was thinking, then she could probably also hear what we were thinking in our heads.
I don't think she noticed anything.
She did say that she was quite adept at this spell, and it doesn't sound like she's had any trouble with it in the past. Huh, maybe we're a special case. She's really got a lively inner world. It paints quite a different picture from Paimon's first impression of her. That's weird. The phlogiston trail suddenly stops. It can't have just evaporated into thin air, right? We know he wasn't alone. He had all those Fatui with him.
Paimon's right, this is all extremely strange. Also,
So, you can hear the sounds of the wind from beneath the earth.
excuse me? Whose voice was that just now? Oh, Paimon? The Night Kingdom, how did I get here?
I'm very sorry, but please do not move. I have no desire to hurt you.
Okay.
I apologize that our first meeting has to take place like this. It's just that you're much like one of those animals with ears that perk up as soon as it senses danger in their environment.
Thank you.
And given your combat proficiency, I would not have been able to gain an advantage over you if you were anywhere else in the world. However, you're now in the Night Kingdom, a familiar domain to the Masters of the Night Wind. Hello, traveler. I'm Ororon, the one you've been searching for.
But what does this mean? Have you escaped the Fatui's custody?
Ah, the Fatui's custody. I see. So even Granny has told you that I was coerced by the Fatui.
Oh.
I'm afraid you've been brought here by a lie, like a false omen in the lingering smoke. My friend and I only left those traces to lure you here. Deceiving you was never our true intent, however. It was simply the fastest and most feasible way for us to set up a meeting.
The captain?
Greetings, traveler from afar.
No!
Be careful with this traveler. Her soul is temporarily restrained by us, and it appears to have become more fragile in the process. It's taking all my concentration to hold on to her.
Be careful with it.
It was I who tasked Ororon with leaving the traces to lead you here, and I who used the Master's ritual to bring your soul to the Night Kingdom.
What do you want?
I've heard much about you from the past encounters you've had with my colleagues. Given the present situation in Natlan, I would like to sincerely request a formal meeting with you in person.
I love how we were so worried about Ororon being kidnapped that we didn't think that I would be kidnapped.
I will use the opportunity to explain my goals and motivations to you, as well as why I mistrust Malwika, the Pyro Archon. I believe there is little reason for you to blindly follow her plan. If you would like to hear our intel, then find us to the east of the stadium. But remember, not a word of this to anyone. I would like to avoid any further conflict.
You will see me again once you return to reality. No matter what I say, please, help me keep this a secret. This is all to avoid dragging Granny into this conflict.
Why are you working with them? Oh, we've passed out so many times in front of Paimon. I feel so bad. She's probably so worried constantly.
Now, you suddenly collapsed and stopped responding.
I'm fine. Was my soul forcibly removed from my body just now? That would explain why I couldn't hear Paimon at all.
Hey, why are you sitting on the ground? Are you okay?
Just tired.
Citlali! She froze for a moment and then just collapsed to the ground.
Could it have been those leftover remnants from the Night Kingdom?
Just a little lightheaded.
Don't worry. We can take a short break. Had I known you were feeling unwell, I wouldn't have taken you on this trip with me.
If they were being truthful, then they must have reasonable motivations for what they did, but should I trust them? I could just share everything with Paimon and Citlali right now, but that'd mean giving up on the lead. I still haven't had much dealings with either the Fatui or the Masters of the Night Wind. I suppose I'll stay quiet for now and see if I can find out anything else. Yeah, I think playing undercover is our best bet.
If you're sick, you should just say so. Citlali should be able to, exorcise any ghosts or weird stuff that you picked up in the Night Kingdom.
Even though the situation remains quite urgent, you take a longer break. Ororon's words still echo in your mind. Citlali continues to keep her eyes on you and even performs another checkup.
Need to be more careful next time.
Feeling better yet, Traveler?
All right, let's get ready. I followed my phlogiston trail earlier to a stronghold guarded by soldiers. I have a feeling that Ororon is probably being held inside.
Oh, so it's close by. Then let's head over right away.
I'm so sorry, I didn't realize I was holding you up.
Well, I recruited you to be my helper, which means we're in this together. Just be sure to fight extra hard when the time comes.
Okay. We are going to wrap up there for today, and next time we will help Citlali investigate the stronghold, which I'm guessing will not have Ororon inside, considering what he just said to us. And hopefully next time we will also see what him and the captain are up to. I'm very intrigued by this and why they might be working together. I hope you all enjoyed. I hope you had fun, and I will see you all next time. Bye, everybody.